welcome back to my channel. If you want to learn how I got this look, just keep watching. Alrighty, so we're going to jump right in and prime our eyes. I'm going to use this LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in shade Natural. It's going to do the trick for giving me a base to start this eyeshadow look on. So I'm just going to get this good and rubbed in. Okay guys, so I'm going to start by using my Morphe M504 blending brush, and I'm going to go in with shade Golden Ochre mixed with a little bit of burnt orange in with that, okay? So the reason I do that is because I love the warm tones of both of them, but the color that I get by mixing the two is exactly what I'm looking for to create this look. And I just start about mid-crease, and I just start working my way back and forth, basically massaging that product into the crease and creating the transition shade for our eye look. By going back and forth in these windshield wiper motions, it's just really going to give us a smooth, perfect, pretty base to work with. And it's really going to define your crease and that warm tone that we're going for. Now, like I said, if you don't like warm tones, this palette is a super warm tone palette. If you don't like super warm tone palettes, you like more of a cool tone, there are a few shades like, these names are so fancy, so excuse me if I get them wrong, but like Bon Fresco and Antique Bronze and Warm Taupe, even though it says it's so warm, it's really more of a cool tone shade. So there are those kind of shades in here that you can create the look that you want if you have a if you favor more of a cool tone. So for this look, because this look is going to be a little bit more dramatic, we're going to go all the way into the inner corner like that, and then all the way back out to where the corner of our eye meets. And you just want to make sure that that's super blended out. This look is going to be very dramatic. There's going to be a lot of color, but if it's not blended out, it can come off super messy. And of course, I already have my brows filled in. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Disclaimer, my brows are filled in. Okay. Nice and smooth. So pretty. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with my Sigma Diffuse Crease E38 brush and Red Ochre, which is this warm burgundy shade right here. Let me tell you a story about my palette while I'm doing this. First I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, then I'll tell you the story. Okay? I'm going to really focus right in on my crease on this, okay? So, and we're going to really like tight line the crease here. You just really want to go and follow your crease very deep. You don't want to bring this color out too far, because this is going to be most of our drama color, okay? Okay, so a few months ago, probably back in, I don't know, back in fall or summer, I don't even know. But, so, one of those months, I went to Sephora and I bought the Tartelette eyeshadow palette. Okay, well, okay, and so, sorry, I have to stop the story. When you're doing this, you want to focus on that outer crease. We are going to bring it in a little bit to the inner crease, but stay mostly on your outer crease, okay? Okay, so I went to Sephora and I got the Tartelette palette. Okay, as everybody knows, there's a cool matte black that is called Fashionista in that palette. I'm so excited about the Sephora, the Tartelette palette. So I take it home, and the Fashionista, the black eyeshadow, is busted. If you know makeup and you know black eyeshadow, like it's everywhere. It's impossible to clean up. It's just the biggest headache in the entire world. So I took it back to Sephora and they replaced it, okay? Flash on to a few months later, Modern Renaissance comes out. I see it, I fall in love. I'm like, oh my god, love it. Yeah, go buy it, get home, have my Modern Renaissance out, drop my Tartelette palette. Fashionista busted and got all over the front of this beautiful palette. So I'm pissed off about it, obviously. So we're going to go right over to the other eye and do the same thing Focus on your outer crease. Really keep it in, tight lining that crease. And just blend that out until there's really not a ton of harshness in it. But anyway, so yeah, that's one thing that like, it just breaks my heart when I really just love a makeup product so much, and then something like it's so beautiful and you can tell the company puts so much time into making it so beautiful, and then I got flipping black eyeshadow all over it. But that's me for you. I'm the messiest person in the world. Ugh, it's horrible. Anyways, okay, so we're just going to keep blending on this out. This is just my personal favorite look to make with the Modern Renaissance. There are literally, y'all, there are so many looks that you can make with this palette and create, and it's, oh, they're so beautiful. I fade that red ochre up into that transition tone that we created, and that is gonna, the purpose of doing that is so that there's not like one, like there's not your transition tone and then sharp crease and then your, we're gonna do a shimmer on the lid. It's gonna fade all into each other, okay? So it's gonna be a very blended, ombre-ish, warm, smoky, smoked out eye. And like I said, my motto, blend until your hand hurts, because it's gonna hurt when you're doing it right. That's how you know you're doing it right. If your blending hand hurts, then you're doing it right. Alright guys, now we are going to go in, and I'm going to show y'all a little trick, even though you might have seen it before, who knows, but this is one of my absolute favorite things to do when I really want to make a shimmer color on my lid pop out. I take my, you can even use, you do not have to be fancy with this. There are so many tricks you can do with just household items that you usually like don't think about. You can literally use water to do this trick, okay? So I'm going to take my Morphe M205, my just little flat brush that I'm going to, that's what I usually use to pack shimmer or do my brow highlight. And I am going to spray it with my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. But like I said, if you don't have this, you don't want to be fancier, then you can use water, and that's totally fine. I'm going to give it a few sprays, and I'm going to dip right into Primavera, this gold shimmery color. The prettiest color I have ever seen. Shimmer color, I'm not kidding, it is the most beautiful color I have ever seen in my whole life. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Like, oh. So you want to focus right on the center of your lid, and you just want to bring that up, but you don't want to go too high, and you also don't want to go too far out or too far in, okay? You want to go more into your inner corner than anything, but you really just want this, like I said, to fade in. So, now I go back in with my Morphe M504 with no product on it. And I just take and just make sure that I didn't get any of that shimmer too far up where I don't want it to be. I'm just going to define my outer crease a little bit. I'm going to go in with this little e.l.f. eye crease brush is what it's called. It's just a little pencil brush. And I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber. Technically this is a little dark for what I want to do, but I'm going to try and do all one palette kind of looks, because I know that's easier, especially for people just starting out. So we're going to go in with that, and I'm going to, my trick for doing this is I open my eye, or even if I'm doing a client, like I'll tell them to open their eye, look straight ahead, and I find where their eye rounds. So like when my eye starts to round, I just kind of go in and put a little bit of product right there, okay? I go to the other eye, tap off that excess, and I do the same thing where that eye starts to round, okay? And yeah, now we're going to leave it like that. We're done. Bye. Just kidding. So now we're going to go in, and I just very easily just start blending that, okay? I don't want to move that product too much, because I want it to stay in that general area, but I am going to move it just a little bit around the roundness of that eye shape, okay? And really all this is going to do is give us a little more definition. charm on. My bracelet's shaking as my hand's moving. Same thing over here. For all of my people who absolutely hate wing eyeliner, y'all are going to love this video because there's not any wing eyeliner in it. Okay, I helped y'all out. So I am going to go in with the Vegas Nay by Allure lashes in Grand Glamour. I've already taken them out of the box, so I'm just going to show y'all what that box looks like. You can get these lashes at, I think I got them at Target, but I'm pretty sure like Walgreens or CVS, those places have them, any drugstore. So, but definitely Target. I know that they have them because that's where I got them. But for this look specifically, since we have done such a detailed eye, I don't want to hide it, and I don't think wing liner hides it, but I do think it's okay to not do wing eyeliner all the time, especially if you have such a dark tone in your crease like we do today. Alright, so I get my glue on and I let it dry. I'm just going to put those right on. I'm going to take my Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation, and I'm in shade Light 48 Neutral. And I'm just going to start working that around my face. I'm going to have to take this bracelet off. It's driving me crazy. Okay, now we can bounce. You just want to dab it. Make sure it's blended in real good to your skin. Hold that hair up so you're not getting anything in that. Y'all know. Oh, and a thing I didn't mention is make sure your beauty blender is damp. I think I made sure I said that in my last video, but yeah, definitely make sure your beauty blender is damp because that's going to give you more of an airbrushed finish. You can't do that with all foundations. Nobody tells you that, but you're not supposed to do that with all foundations because some foundations are oil based and they're designed to give you more of a dewy look. And if you have more oil-based skin, if you have an oily type skin, then if you use a wet or damp beauty blender, then it's only gonna like make your face even more oily. And if you have oily skin, especially if it's like hot or you know you're gonna be like sweating, you don't want that then because it's not gonna do you any good. Since I have used Tarte Shape Tape already, I'm going to show y'all a different concealer that I really love, and I don't think it gets raved about enough, and it's the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I'm in shade Light. Whenever I went to Nashville on my bachelorette trip, and Jessica Scantlin, her name is Jessica Payne now, she did her Instagram name is Jess Southern. If y'all don't follow her, you should because she's so good. Sorry about that, I don't know what happened. So anyway, she did my makeup for my bachelorette, one of my nights out, my big night out. And she was so awesome. And she told me about this concealer. And if you are struggling with if there's a day where you're struggling with some dark under eye circles, this is the concealer for you. It is so awesome. It'll cover up anything. But you do have to work a little harder to get it blended out. Because it's pretty heavy. But you just want to blend back and forth. Back and forth. Don't make sure that you're going in two different directions, not just one. And this concealer, on up my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin and my cupid's bow. It's just going to make sure that I have an evened out amount of light on my face so that it's not so light just up under my eyes. And now I'm going to use my Kat Von D translucent powder. It's the Lock-It translucent powder. This stuff is super, super good, and I'm going to use my little Real Techniques palm brush. I've told y'all I don't know the technical name for it, so I call it the palm brush. Blow a little bit of that off, and we're just going to bake up under. So you just put that powder very loosely under both eyes, and yes, it's okay if it's like you look like a crazy person, like you just jumped in your mama's flower, because it's supposed to look like that, okay? Let it sit a few minutes. So afterwards, once you let it sit and cook into your skin a minute, you are just going to dust that product right off. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Morphe E58 brush and my MAC Studio Fix powder in shade NW35. And I'm going to take the pointy end of that brush and I'm going to contour. So I'm just going to go from the top of my ear down to my mouth, the corner of my mouth, but not in quite that far. That's just the direction that you want to go in. And I'm going to go, I like to go in like straight up and down at first, and then I also like to go back in and kind of do like circular motions upward so that it lifts my face up a little bit. And it's not so like downward focused. I'm going to go right around, up through my forehead, just at my hairline, bringing that forehead down a little bit. Have y'all seen that meme where it's like the Mona Lisa before and after she's contoured? I always feel like that. Because this contouring, I'm telling y'all, before it come out, and before it was like a thing, and before even bronzer was like a thing, I just don't know what I did in life. So see, even when we just first do that Kat Von D powder, it looks a little, or any kind of like translucent powder, and you bake, it looks a little crazy until you get your contour on. And then it all blends together so nicely. Contour a little bit on my nose. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Morphe M15 little pencil brush, and I'm going to take red ochre once again, and I'm just going to go directly up under my eye. You have to be careful because the Anastasia shadows do have a lot of fallout, so if you're going to go and do anything after you've already powdered your face and set your foundation and stuff, then I would definitely be super careful. Now I'm going to go in with L'Oreal Voluminous in black. And I have, of course, the curved brush. I've already told y'all this. This is my favorite brush to use. And I'm just going to go right up under those lashes just to blend my natural lash in. And I'm also going to get my bottom lash. Alright guys, so for highlight, I'm going to take my Morphe M501 brush. This is my absolute favorite brush in the world to highlight with. I also have a Real Techniques brush that I really like, but this one is just, it's the best. So I like to be a little extra when I'm doing a super dramatic look like this, and I use, once again, the All Nighter by Urban Decay, and I just spray my brush, just spritz it a little bit, and I'm going to go in with Champagne Pop by Becca, which is Jaclyn Hill's collab with Becca, and I am just going to smile a little bit and hit that cheekbone. And y'all see how crazy I've only done one little bitty line, and that highlight is just crazy when you use the all-nighter. See what I'm talking about? Don't ever let anybody tell you your highlight is too bright, because it's not. Highlight your nose, tip of your nose, up the bridge of your nose, a little bit on my forehead. Because like I said, we're being extra in this look, okay? It's okay. It's okay to live outside the lines sometimes, guys. Okay, now I'm going to line my lips with the YSL lip liner in Nude. I overline just a hair. Come a little bit on the inner corners. Give yourself a little bit of dimension. And I'm going to go in with the NYX Lip Lingerie in Baby Doll. I love this nude, and with this eye combination, I really love a nude. Okay? These liquid lipsticks are super good because they stay on a long time. Honestly, I have the Kylie lip kits, and I have these. And I'm not putting that Kylie down because I love Kylie, like I'm game for Kylie, but these are pretty dang close to what she sells. And these are like $6.99. So, I'm just saying. If you can't get Kylie, you can get Lip Lingerie by NYX. And they sell that at Target. Can y'all tell I go to Target for everything? And of course, last, I'm going to spray my face with the All Nighter by Urban Decay. And boom, you are done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon.